We have this change in leadership at the White House. Our colleague Kevin Cirilli telling us the big battle here is going to be between the White House and Congress and how now Chief of Staff John Kelly deals with that relationship. What's going to be the biggest thing on his plate, do you think, going forward?
Well, the first thing he has to do is get literally the White House in order. He's a military man. He's going to want a chain of command. He's going to want coordination. He's not going to have an open door policy for the Oval Office. And the question isn't if he can get people who work for him or in the White House right now to work with him on that organizational system. It's can he get the principal, that is President Trump, to work with that organizational system? Because if the president doesn't respect that chain of command, I don't think John Kelly can do his job.
Professor Schiller, let me ask you about one of the many tweets we saw over the weekend from the president. Of course, we've just been through this debate over health care reform, which came down to the wire, didn't pass by a very thin margin. The president tweeting over the weekend, "Don't give up, Republican senators. The world is watching. Repeal and replace. And go to 51 votes. Nuke option, get cross state lines, and more." Let me ask you about the 51 votes in particular there. The president pushing for this sort of super nuclear option where a simple majority would be enough to pass legislation in the U.S. Said, how radical a transformation of that legislative body would that be?
Well, I don't think they're going to do it. I mean, I don't think there's enough support in the Republican caucus to get rid of the filibuster altogether. But remember, this bill was considered under reconciliation, and reconciliation doesn't require 60. It's not filibusterable. So in that case, you didn't need that threshold of 60 that the president's talking about to make this happen. Some provisions here and there, but certainly on the skinny repeal. You only needed really 51, and you couldn't get it. You know, all successful sports teams that win championships, they adjust, they adapt, they figure out a game plan, and if it's not working, they do something else. The Republican Party should turn to taxes. They want to cut taxes. That's what corporations want. That's what their backers want. If you're losing and you're losing and you're losing, you know, change the subject. Move off of it for now. Work on a better solution. Come back, fix the system, and claim victory. But to stay on this issue, I think, would be a very big mistake for both the House and the Senate.